Hi everyone, welcome to this video. Today I want to talk to you about a company that I've seen popping up all over the shops of late. It's called Afterpay. You've probably seen the little logo when you're standing at a shop, perhaps like a clothing store, or I even booked a flight today and I saw it on the Jetstar website as an option of how to pay for things without paying for them up front. It's a new concept, it's been around for a few months, and the company promotes an easy sign up for people to purchase things online or in a shop without paying for it up front. Instead, you make the repayments in 4 fortnightly installments. Now, I'm not here to bag out any company, one or another, and I'm actually in awe of this company in that they've come up with an idea and run with it. And it's all throughout the shopping centres here in Australia. It's everywhere. They've made it already reaching all around Australia, and I just think that's an amazing achievement for anyone that sets up a business. I am in awe of them. My problem with the company is their product, what they're promoting. Anyone that makes the point of buying something without paying for it up front and in full, I'm talking about lower cost items here, clothing, dinners out, flights, things like that. Anything that trivializes buying things, spending money, and not paying for it up front is not good in my books. They're promoting the concept of spending without you being able to afford it necessarily. Now, the concept behind Afterpay is, like I mentioned, instead of paying for something up front, you set up an account with Afterpay, like when you're in the shop, for example. They'll do it right then and there for you. You're approved within minutes. You then make 4 easy installment payments every couple of weeks to pay off whatever it is you've bought. Say a $40 t-shirt, for example. Now, I had a look at the website just to go through all the fees and charges because that's not quite as easy to find. Like I said, you're approved for a spending cap right then and there. Usually it's your first purchase. That's your initial spending cap. And then over time, the limit on how much you can spend is increased depending on your repayment history. Now, this is not a credit card, okay? It needs to be distinguished. This is not a credit card. This is almost like an old-fashioned lay-by system. You'll probably remember those from the days of Kmart and Target, where you could put things on lay-by, pay for them over a period of time, and then pick them up once you've repaid them. This concept, however, brings forth that you can take the item home straight away and still promise to make the repayments. Interest-free, unlike a credit card. Now, with anything interest-free, I think it's too good to be true. I had to look into the fees. There's no fees if you make the repayments every couple of weeks. So the problem is when you miss a repayment, you're hit with a $10 fee. If that repayment is outstanding for a further 7 days, you're hit with a $7 fee after the due date. For each purchase you make, they call it an order, for each purchase you make under $40, the fees are capped at $10. That's your maximum late fee. For each order purchase over $40, your fees are capped at 25% or $68, whichever's less. Now, when I went onto the Afterpay website just this morning to have a look at the updated fees, they promote responsible spending, they call it, and there's actually a section on their website there which talks about making sure you're staying in budget and to keep an eye on your expenses and not to spend too much, and they'll help you monitor that. I found it quite tricky to find the fees. I had to scroll all the way down to the fine print under the tab called terms. That's where I found their disclosure statement, which had these fees and charges in there. So yes, I did read the fine print to find out the fees. I'm guessing a lot of people wouldn't. The concept of interest-free and being able to pay for over a number of fortnights sounds great. It is, until you miss a repayment. Now, Afterpay also promote that they don't make their money off those late fees as such. They make their money from retailers, the retailers who have their facility in store for you to be able to buy things using their product. But I'm sure the late fees also help. So let's take a further look into this because I want to get you the concept of Afterpay and other like companies, because there's other ones popping up as well. Like I said, I'm not here to bag out the actual company. I'm in awe of them for what they're achieving in a business sense, and I'm all for entrepreneurship and capitalism. But what my problem is, if something promotes you spending when you can't afford to pay for the item up front, then I have a problem. Then the money messenger says, no go, people. You do not need to use such a product. Let's take a look at a $40 shirt, for example. If you miss your repayments and your fees max out at $10, that's a $50 shirt it's just become. You might go, oh, well, that's not much, it's 10 bucks here. But what if you make several small purchases throughout a week, several $40 purchases, all at different starting repayment points? How are you going to remember what's meant to be repaid when? You better make sure you've got money in your bank account, which they link to your account. Otherwise, you'll be missing payments left, right, and center. So whilst you might think one $10 fee is not the end of the world, if you have several purchases all missing accidentally at different times, it'll add up. What if you spend $100 on a shirt? You miss your repayments, your $25% cap now makes it a $25 fee. So your $100 shirt just became a $125 shirt. If you spent, for example, $200 on a shirt, your 25% capped fees just made it a $250 shirt. So they can easily add up. It's actually worse than a credit card, those fees, after all, because a credit card would have given you an interest-free period and then the interest would have started accruing. You wouldn't have been hit with the fees straight up. Not that I'm promoting credit cards. You know how I feel about those. The difference with Afterpay, of course, is that there's not really a credit limit as such with an interest fee attached. My thing with this, Afterpay also promotes online. If you go onto their website, there's some discounts for purchasing various retailers. Like, everybody's getting involved with this. It's crazy. All sorts of shops around are getting involved. There's a discount on the site if you want to start shopping using the Afterpay system. You get a discount of like 25%, 30%, 40% in some of these stores, which may seem great. Just remember, if somebody's offering you a discount to purchase, they're enticing you to shop. They're enticing you to spend. Discounts are a sales ploy. That's fine if you're in the market for some particular item and you want to get a discount. But if you happen to be online browsing and see that you get a discount to shop, then it's there to entice you. You don't probably need what you're about to buy. And my problem with products such as this, which ask you to pay things over time, is if you can't buy a shirt, for example, for yourself up front without having to make repayments every 2 weeks, then you've got something wrong with your finances. You need to take a look at your finances, get your savings in order, and reshuffle what you're doing, because there is no need to be able to pay these small items off over time. These are things you should be able to afford straight away from your emergency savings, from your cash flow, from your what if account, however you're rolling, and not use a product such as Afterpay. Because my concern is, use it once, manage the repayments. Use it several times and start missing repayments because you're not sure what is lodging when, what is meant to be and getting repaid. Like I said, it trivializes buying things that you should be able to afford as a one-off purchase. If you can't afford it up front, do not buy it. I really wanted to make a video about this because I'm seeing their logo popping up everywhere and it concerns me. The fact that they make it look as an easy way to pay off things over a few weeks. The fees are kind of tucked away on the website. You're approved for it right then and there while standing in a shop. That concerns me. The way that companies are getting on board with using their product as a method that you can pay, and I'm talking big name brand shops in all the malls around here, that concerns me. The company has been created because they see a need for this in the market. Aussies are spending too much. People around the world are spending too much. But Aussies in particular, I can tell from experience, they're spending too much. Anyone that offers you a product that allows you to repay things over time, they are trying to service a hole in the market where they can see that people will go for this. Don't be one of those people. You should not need to do that. Your solution is to monitor your spending, always have some emergency savings, also have a what if account, because your emergency savings are for emergency savings, but your what if account, that should be for these things that you want to buy, like a new shirt, for example. Put 50 bucks in an account today and start now. Do the same next week, put another 50 bucks in there. It's not hard to save if you do a small amount on a regular basis to be prepared for when you want to buy something, not the other way around. Don't wait until you want to buy something before you try and get your money in order. That's when you then start looking for options such as Afterpay, credit cards, that type of thing. So get your finances in order, get ahead of the game. Don't wait till you start shopping. Save first, then you should be able to afford all these small purchases for yourself without needing to monitor repayments and late fees and things like that. It's much easier to have your own savings in a bank account that you can dip into as you please without worrying about anyone else, because it's your money. Every dollar in, every dollar out. Monitor it. Thanks everyone. I'll see you at the next video. Bye for now.